Well, hello, my beautiful friends. Thank you for joining me out there in YouTube land. It's lovely to have you with me. Today, I'm going to be talking about the astral energies that are coming up this week from the 30th of April to the 7th of May. So thanks for joining me. So keep in mind as I do this reading that this is going to be a personal reading. You know, I do personal astrology. That's my specialty, looking at what's coming up in your life personally for you. Not so much mundane astrology, which relates to the big world events. I am interested in that, but it's not my specialty. So we're not really looking at the big collective experience that we're going through here and now. What we're doing is looking at the energies as they will be affecting you in the week ahead. So, what you might feel, what you might encounter as the week goes ahead. I hope everybody caught my recent forecast for the eclipse. There will be another eclipse forecast, a special video coming out for you in the coming week as well, pertaining to the next eclipse. We're halfway through. We're in the mid-cycle of the eclipses, the in-between phase between the new moon and the full moon, which are forming the two eclipses that are occurring this midway through 2022, and they're very, very important. So do check out that video if you haven't done so already and see how it pertains to you and your experience. Without further ado, the best days this week. Remember, I'm in Australia. I'm using Australian times. If you are in the US, you can interpret this roughly, especially on the West Coast, you can interpret this as being roughly a day behind what I share, give or take. Okay, so if you want to work out when these energies are occurring for you by comparison with the times I'm speaking of, then I am using Eastern Standard Time in Australia. Australian Eastern Standard Time, so utilize that to make your transference to wherever you are in the world. So be conscious also, as I do this reading, of the void of course moon. Avoid instigating anything under a void of course moon and its energy, because taking action under a void of course moon will tend to see nothing come of our endeavors. So we want to avoid that if possible. You can use an app like iLuna, or you can look at the final degrees of the sign, and if any aspects are being made when the moon is in the final degrees of a sign, to help you determine this. So back to the best days this week. Well, there's a few. We're actually looking at quite an auspicious week when it comes to energies. May the 1st and May the 2nd, that's going to be a good time for giving the gift of pleasure to yourself. That might be through self-pleasuring your body. Use your own imagination for that one. But also it could take the form of, lighting candles, enjoying a lovely treat, be that food or some sort of other indulgence, enjoying a little refinement or culture perhaps might be a way this could exhibit. Shopping can prove enjoyable under this energy, as can reviewing budgets and finances. That can actually prove to be quite rewarding. So if you need to do that, take the time to do it under this energy, and it can actually really pay off well for you. Then a little later in the week, on the 5th, 6th and 7th of May, we have another set of auspicious days. This is excellent energy during this time for revealing truths and obtaining new perspectives, and maybe even some enlightenment for some of us as well. So feeling this sense of joy bubbling up in us, that can actually pave the way for us to actually experience more fortuitous encounters in our life. So the world belongs to us under this energy. We delight in being in it, and this can make us attract more opportunities and blessings into our life. Our sense of humor can also be amplified with this one. So lots to enjoy this week with these energies. The moon is also going to be out of bounds for a few days this week, namely the 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. So this could really bring many unexpected and significant events into our lives right now. When we have a moon that's out of bounds, that means beyond the declination of the sun's degrees, so roughly beyond 23 degrees thereabouts. It's different in the northern, like the Tropic of Cancer, the Tropic of Capricorn, slightly different by minutes, but roughly 23 degrees. When the moon moves beyond that declination, then we tend to see sort of more extreme things happen, either in our personal life or in the world around us. So do keep your eyes peeled on those days and take note, do some astrological research about how it's impacting your world and your life. So the transits that are occurring, the main energetic themes that we're going to be noticing this week, firstly, and I'm not going to cover all of these, I might just add as well, this is only some of this week's energetic focuses. If you want to know each energy as it unfolds during the week, then join my Instagram page, join my Facebook page to get daily updates on whatever energies are unfolding to help you through your week. May the 1st is when we're having one of the first energies for the week kick off, and this is an annual conjunction, but it's a beautiful one. The conjunction of, here we are here, Venus and Jupiter. There in the latter degrees of Pisces. Another beautiful transit to soothe our weary souls after the last 2 years. We like looking forward to, or not looking forward to, we like experiencing blessed transits such as this one. So this is an energy that can actually attract more luck in our lives. And of course, with the auspicious days unfolding this week, this could just be what the doctor ordered. So be that in the form of financial support, more luck with financial support or emotional upliftment. It can mean falling in love for some people. It can also mean falling in love all over again with our partner for others, if we are a partnered person. It can also mean an expansion of our desires, because Jupiter is expansion and Venus represents what we desire. So we can see those desires expand and also attract the ability to fulfill those desires under this energy. It's all for our blessing right now. These are two benefic planets coming together and uniting in an exalted sign. So we won't see a unification of Venus and Jupiter in this exalted sign for another 12 years. So it is a very special energy, because Venus is in its exaltation in Pisces and Jupiter is in its rulership. So very, very auspicious and empowered unification of the two benefics in this instance. So make the most of this one. Once in a 12-year event. Don't be surprised to see Pisces dreams coming true with this energy. I can't wait. May the 5th is going to be another important energy that's unfolding. And this is where we're going to see the Sun in a conjunction with Uranus here in Taurus. So the Sun is our self-expression and Uranus is total freedom and liberation. So today you might be shining your inner truth for all the world to see. Getting our inner rebel on is another way that this can express. Remember, with conjunctions, we often see both the shadow energies and the positive energies given the potential to get out of the box, so to speak. And of course, Uranus is very rebellious and the Sun is very autonomous. So it is a quite unique, distinctive inner rebellious energy. It can also mean we can find a powerful source of inspiration in our lives. So lots of cool things happening with this one, but keep in mind that both the Sun and Uranus rule polaric opposite houses. So they are, in a sense, they are at odds. The Sun rules Leo, and in the modern sense of astrology, Uranus rules Aquarius. So there is this the sense of animosity that is present, but you can work with this energy to empower yourself just the same. Many people, especially those with the Sun in the first house or the Sun in Leo natally, or even in Aries where the Sun has its exaltation, will have a strong urge to break free because of this energy. They want to break free from any subjugation in their lives or limitations in their lives. So we could see some impulsive behaviors, some conflicts with authority figures coming from people with those energies strong in their life as a response to this momentum. So if that's you, or if you know anybody with that placement, be very conscious and gracious towards those people as they deal with the heightened amplification of this energy. But all in all, it is a terrific energy for new creative ideas, having bright sparks of illumination, of insight, and surprising opportunities. Bring it on. I like it. I love it. I love Uranus energy, however it comes. So join my Instagram page if you want to get the updates for all these energies as they happen, as I said. And just a little bit more housekeeping before we move into the all signs breakdown for this energy this week. I want to just ask people if to consider joining my mailing list, my postal mailing list. There is an email address in the description box to send your details to, your name, your postal address, city, town, postcode, and country. And the reason I'm asking for people to consider doing this, of course, it's entirely your choice, but there are rumors that there might be a bringing down of the internet at some stage this year. And if that should happen, I want to be fully prepared to keep on giving you good astrological information, insights, and wisdom without the internet. So if you're interested in receiving those things for free, there's no charge, then do sign up to my postal mailing address list, which will only be implemented should we see the internet come down. If it doesn't, then I'm not going to touch that mailing list, and I'll just let it go. So hopefully that's what happens, but let's be prepared for whatever eventuality comes about. And don't forget, if you are interested in learning astrology with me, you can sign up at any time to be a member of the Royal Stars Academy, learn astrology, get certified, cover all the foundations, and then some. We go right into depth, right up to eventually, after a 4-year course, professional practice and how to be a good astrological counselor, and everything astrological in between, from your beginnings to becoming a professional astrologer. So join me at the Royal Stars Academy if you would like to learn astrology with me. And now let's move through all the signs. Let's begin with Pisces this week, because we are looking at this grand and glorious conjunction that happens once every 12 years in the sign of Pisces, when we have Venus and Jupiter, Venus exalted and Jupiter in his rulership, in such empowerment, two benefics coming together. What does this mean for us all? Well, Pisces, this is occurring in your first house. Hallelujah. What a beautiful energy. This is the house of survival. The main reason for our incarnation is seen through our first house and any planets that reside there. So this is going to influence us personally. It is an empowered time because our first house lord is here, that's Jupiter, with an exalted planet. Now, the thing is, for Pisces, Venus is not that much of a awesome planet for Pisces people, and the reason that is because Venus rules the third house, which is a cadent house, and it also rules the 8th house, which in Vedic astrology is a malefic house. So she's a ruler of areas of the chart that are somewhat difficult and challenging. So that being the case, she's not a super financial indicator for Pisces people, even though she is generally the planet ruling money. For Pisces people, just in case you don't know, it's Mars that is our financial indicator. Mars rules the sign of Aries, the 2nd house in whole sign astrology, and the blessed 9th house of Scorpio. So Mars is our financial indicator. That is the main source of our revenue. So that said, just the same, Venus is exalted in Pisces and therefore exalted in our first house. Venus is love and Venus is money, and Jupiter will expand that exaltation, coming together and uniting on May the 1st. So we are going to have a greater ability to survive and thrive in the world because of this. We're going to be more empowered with what we need to make our dreams come true, to make life work for us, to be uplifted on our journey personally in the body. So in that sense, it's very, very good. So it's a time for initiating new things that might have to do with luck. Jupiter is luck and money and prosperity. It's a time for initiating new things that also Pisces might have to do with the 3rd house. Maybe starting a new business could be a very good thing to do under this energy, or initiating some kind of travel. Travel is highly represented by this combination in your first house. So you may get the chance to travel, to have a holiday, to be in retreat, to escape the world in some way, to have some time out. This can be something that manifests for you under this energy. You might even be immersing yourself in some sort of other culture because of this. There can be physical effects. Watch out for a sweet tooth. Jupiter will expand your desire to eat all that chocolate or that cheesecake or, whatever you happen to enjoy eating that's a bit indulgent, of the sweet-natured variety. I have a thing for creamy, custardy kind of desserts like chocolate mousse and creme brulee and things like that. So I will have to be careful around this time because that will be my decadent desire, I imagine. But yes, the physical effects can be through a sweet tooth or an indulgence in sweet things. We could expand our waistline. Thanks very much, Jupiter, forearmed there. And even though this is an auspicious combination, we still want to be careful because in the house of the body, it may not be the best thing for us. This is also the house of the first impressions that we give Pisces to the world, our aura, our energy. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be gracious, refined, sophisticated under this energy. It's going to be a lovely, lovely energy. So if you need to make a good impression on people, this is a great day. You know, if you need to go for a job interview, if you need to go on a first date, this is going to be your day for making a good impression. Also, what we align with is seen through the first house, what we choose to align with. And on this day, we might get an enhancement of our ethics and our moral perspective, our worldview. Jupiter is our worldview. Jupiter is how we perceive and understand the world. Most Pisces people will perceive the world compassionately because of our Pisces energy in the first house of how we perceive the world. Jupiter here is going to amplify that, and Venus is a planet of forgiveness. So it is a time for forgiving people who may have hurt us and seeing them through a lens of compassion and grace. So what a gorgeous energy to revel in. People equally might forgive us and see us with an energy of compassionate grace as well. It is a very lucky combination. You may see some blessing come your way in terms of love, in terms of finances, generally speaking. There just is just more beautiful opportunity based on this once in 12-year occurrence in your special house, Pisces. Aries rising, Sun or Moon people sees the energy of this combination, Jupiter and Venus conjunction for the first time in 12 years and for the last time for 12 years, falling in your 12th house. So this is a house where it's difficult to get a grasp on. We feel like things are a bit out of control with the 12th house. And so there can be challenges in that regard, but there is a protected energy here because Jupiter has a natural association with the 12th house. And of course, Venus is exalted in your 12th house, Aries. So there is a lot of blessing here, a lot of the divine pulling the strings for Aries people at the moment, ancestors, angels, giving positive results, behind the scenes, things you don't know about in other dimensions, helping you, blessing you, sending you lucky breaks. So keep your eyes peeled for opportunities because it could just be a special gift from your higher self, from the divine at this time. There is an energy of past life karma with this, and usually if you've done good deeds in a past life, you will be receiving some sort of a reward for that this lifetime. Obviously, I cannot prove that that's the case for you. You just have to trust me on that one. This is a house of channelings, intuitive feelings, forebodings, signs, omens, dreams, the house of the subconscious. So you might get some fortuitous signs. You walk into the supermarket, for example, and you've been, the number 20 has been in your head all day long. And why is number 20 in my head? You walk into the supermarket and there at the lottery counter is a big poster saying $20 million draw this week. And you're like, maybe that's a sign. Maybe I should go into that. Pay attention. Whatever your, pricking of your thumbs or the goosebumps in your body are sort of giving you that, directioning. Don't ignore it. Don't deny it. Go with it. You never know what it could bring you under this energy. This is a house of sleeping and dreaming, fantasy, escapism, imagination, daydreams, holidays. Absolutely a good idea to take a break, to take a holiday, to do something indulgent and special on this day, to get out of the mundane, ordinary, everyday routine and do something really, really decadent, really special, like go to that exclusive day spa and get your nails done or something like that. Do something really special and wonderful for you. Venus is self-worth and self-value in its exalted sign Pisces. Exalt and lift up your self-worth and self-value by some sort of beautiful Venusian indulgence and escapism. Pisces, 12th house escapism. Jupiter will expand your desire for that and the ability to enjoy that as well. It's a highly sensitive position. The 12th house means you're very, with this combination, you will be more attuned to the spiritual realms and the messages coming through from the divine. And that's the key takeaway from this, because those messages from the divine that you receive on this day through omens and dreams and what have you, what they're doing is alerting you to an opportunity for luck and prosperity and abundance. So pay attention. Thanks, Aries. For Taurus rising, sun or moon people, the energy of the beautiful once in 12-year conjunction on May the 1st of Jupiter and Venus is occurring in the 11th house. So this is how you can be profitable and gainful. That's what we see through the 11th house, even in a transiting position such as this one. So it's through maybe Venusian things that you can actually be a bit gainful this weekend, or gainful throughout the May the 1st. Depending on where you are in the world. So, it's maybe through Jupiter luck, Jupiter prosperity, Jupiter abundance, like buying a ticket in the lottery, or, doing some sort of gambling, because that's Jupiter rules gambling. You might be very gainful through that, through the auspiciousness of this combination. This is only going to happen once every 12 years that we have an exalted Venus with Jupiter in rulership in your 11th house, guys. So let's pay attention to what these things rule. Jupiter rules wealth. So, we can get wealthy through luck and gambling. Now, usually I don't encourage people to go down that road, but this is an energy where that can actually manifest in the 11th house. What else do I see? Well, Venus rules beautiful things, indulgences, sweet food, cakes and nice things like that, and beauty treatments, day spas. And in Pisces, it's about escaping into a little luxury. So this can actually be in some way profitable for you. You might, I don't know, maybe you go down to have a haircut and sort of tap out for a little bit by having a nice haircut, and somehow you end up winning their special prize of you're being the 10,000th customer, and you get your haircut for free. That's a gainful experience. You get a haircut for nothing. So, I'm not saying that that's going to occur for everyone, but it is a lucky combination, these two, in the house of profit and gain. So you can be gainful through indulgent experiences and stepping out of the mainstream ordinary society, like going to work and, getting the groceries and cooking dinner. Getting out of that sort of thing and having a little treat can be profitable and gainful for you. It's the house of friendships. So friends can prove supportive for you in gaining more. That could be gaining greater networks, gaining access to clubs and groups, etc., that you might not usually have access to. So again, we have an auspicious energy here where friends are benefiting us. The conjunction of the two benefics in the house of friendship. Being part of groups, being part of clubs, being part of organizations, being part of non-hierarchical systems, being part of humanitarian causes and activism can actually pay off for you most beautifully. It could be that you get a lucky break. You go on a protest march or something, you meet your lifelong partner. Venus is love. And for Taurus people, it rules your first house, guys. So you meet somebody, maybe through a friend or through a protest, a partner. Especially if you're a woman, I might add, because the combination of Venus with the Vedic planet of spouse can actually bring that about in a very auspicious house. So, that's one example of how you might get lucky, meeting the love of your life. There's other ways to get lucky as well. It's not all about love and not all about money, but they're just a couple of examples. It's a house connected to the stock market. I would suggest getting financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is a lucky day, a blessed day, an auspicious day with the two planets of prosperity coming together. It is worth looking at making some investments on this day. Go and speak to a financial advisor about what looks good at the moment and what you might like to sink your money into. Not all of it. I would never recommend that, but you might like to have a little bit of a dabble in something. This is a house of dreams, desires, and ambitions. That's our wishes and hopes. How can we achieve what qualities do we need to achieve? And on this day, the qualities we need are trust and faith in the flow of the universe, relaxing and letting go. Both of these energies have, particularly Venus in Pisces, has an energy of receptivity about it. And so there, and Jupiter rules the trust and the faith in the divine. So it's about letting go and letting God, and believing that our dreams can manifest. Look, you can see Neptune's not far from this connection as well. So that's about visualizations. Guys, visualize. Put a vision board together. get your dreams and goals out there to the universe now under this energy, because this is a time when you might get that lucky break that allows your visions and goals and dreams to fully manifest for you. What a beautiful energy. For Gemini rising sun or moon people, the energy of the beautiful once every 12-year conjunction on the 1st of May is falling for you in the 10th house. This is Venus and Jupiter, the two benefics. And the 10th house is all about what's the point of our highest inspiration. So this is a highly inspirational combination. It's about being uplifted. It's having a joyful disposition. It's about, Jupiter in Vedic astrology is known as guru. It's about somebody, a guru, an inspirational figure, inspiring you, maybe inspiring you with their beauty or their vision. Pisces is to have an idealistic view. Their vision of a beautiful society. Venus is beauty, Pisces is to have a vision, and Jupiter is a source of inspiration. Somebody might provide you with some source of inspiration of a beautiful, idyllic vision for the world right now. And couldn't we all use a bit of that, having that sort of golden city in front of us to know what to strive for as we emerge from the horrors of the last 2 years. So inspiration, expect it to happen. Look for omens, look for signs, look for spiritual insights that come under this energy. The 10th house is our responsibilities and our social obligation as well. And so for you guys, for our Gemini friends, you might be finding that there is, that social obligations come easier. Your ability to take on a leadership role just flows, feels smooth, and even you can be gifted under this very auspicious energy, some sort of leadership role that you might have been craving. You might get lucky and get that leadership role you've been wanting as a result of good karma for you. Jupiter does represent the good karma in our lives, whereas Saturn's the planet of heavy karma. Jupiter is auspicious karma. So our legacy is seen from the 10th house as well. You might have aspirations for a certain legacy when you're gone, and this energy can help you achieve whatever you need to achieve to create that legacy much more easily under this influence. So, you can work with this energy most beautifully. You can get advantageous opportunities to grow your career, to grow your social reputation as a result of these two benefics coming together. Cancer rising, Cancer sun and Cancer moon people, the energy of the beautiful auspicious Venus conjunct to Jupiter once every 12 years this occurs. It's not going to happen for another 12 years after this. Very much exalted energy. It's occurring for you in the house of the second life partner. If you are a Cancer person and you are looking for your second committed life partner, this can be a very blessed energy that can lead you to that person. Especially, I would say, if you're a woman looking for this, because Jupiter is the planet of spouse in Vedic astrology, and it's sitting here in one of the houses. There's two versions, two ways of looking at the second life partner, but it's sitting in the house of the second life partner. And when Venus, planet of love and romance, comes and joins this planet, it is a very good combination. You need other things happening in your chart as well, but it's a very good combination for encountering or meeting a second life partner. So very blessed in that regard. What else can this mean? Well, in the 9th house, it's a house of how we obtain knowledge and how we obtain the light of understanding. And this is a combination for just receiving an inner knowing, insights, wisdom and knowledge that just sort of flow in, particularly with this close proximity to Neptune that this conjunction has as well. It might just be that there's this sort of infiltrating wisdom that comes into your life and into your spirit and into your understanding. If you've been searching for answers, you might just find that they start to manifest under this energy. It's a house of our belief systems, finding our truth, finding our purpose, finding our mission, our freedom, our liberation. It's a beautiful, blessed house in astrology, the 9th house. And those sorts of things, our liberation, our finding our truth, can just not suddenly, but just steadily and beautifully and gently reveal itself to us throughout this particular period, May the 1st mainly. Our morals, our ethics, our good deeds are seen from this placement as well. And with these two benefic planets in the house of blessing, we might be getting beautiful karmic rewards for the good things we've done in the world, for the kindness we've shown, for the charity we've shown, for the grace that we have shown. We can get beautiful auspicious results, good karma from this. This is the fifth house from the fifth. Fifth house represents good karma, and to be in the fifth from the fifth, it's like double whammy of good karma with Jupiter, the planet of good karma. It's just so blessed for Cancer people. You're getting your reward now. You're getting your reward. What you've been working hard for or denying yourself for, or, really stretching yourself to be a good person in this world, it can really pay off now. In this once in 12 year combination. So do keep your eyes peeled, what's happening in your life, what blessings are flowing in, and give thanks, because this is truly a gift from the divine for the good work that you have done, Cancer people. I will just add, this is also a placement for getting eureka moments, like light bulb revelations that can come to you guys as well. So trust your gut, trust your instincts, trust your goosebump moments, because they will be on the money with this one. Leo rising, sun and moon people, is putting this beautiful conjunction of the two benefics, Venus and Jupiter, which only occurs once every 12 years in the sign of Pisces, the exaltation of Venus and the rulership of Jupiter. It's happening on the 1st of May, and it's happening in your 8th house, my beautiful Leo friends. So this is the house of the mystical and the magical. This is the house of the chakras and the energy that flows into the body, the openings in the body that pull in divine energies. So this is an empowered combination where beautiful divine energy just flows freely, because Pisces is to expand boundaries with regard to divine energies, chakras, mystical and magical things. Pisces energy in this placement expands boundaries. Jupiter, what's it going to do? Going to blow that out even further, make it even more expansive than usual for Leo people. And Venus here means things just are flowing with ease. Venus is a receptive planet. You'll be just like, bring it. I'm just channeling. I'm just bringing in that energy of healing. I'm just, flowing with all that good juju, that kundalini energy, or the amplification of my chakras. Enjoy that. If you're into that sort of thing, go and get an energy healing on this day. It couldn't be better. Couldn't be more auspicious. You're really going to be empowered. This is also a house of fast changes in life, so you might find that, and I really hope this is the case for you beautiful Leo people, but you might find that there is some sort of really fast, sudden, dramatic event that occurs that gets you out of a rut in life and changes things for good, for the better. And I'm not talking about a shock. I'm not talking about like, oh my God, I can't cope anymore. It's more of a windfall, an inheritance, an opportunity, a blessing that's coming from outside of you, because this is the house of other people's resources. It's like something somebody else has done for you that comes your way, that gives you a lucky break. So somebody might have left you some money, or, so windfalls, but payouts, tax returns, some sort of, return from a stock investment or something, windfalls and inheritances, wills, those sorts of things that come from other people that bless our lives. You might be left a house, you might be left, Venus is perfumes, you might be left a massive perfume collection that's worth thousands of dollars or something like that. This is the kind of stuff that can happen. I don't want to be too over the top with it, but it is a beautiful energy in the 8th house to turn things around on a material level as a result of some benefic act from a source of benevolence. Jupiter is benevolence to us. Venus is forgiveness and grace, so it's a beautiful act of grace from the divine that can come our way that changes our life. It's a house of renewal. It's a house of rebirth. And after the last 2 years, I think we could all do with a bit of a rebirth and a renewal in terms of the blessing that flows into our life. Not that the 8th house is a house of blessing, don't get me wrong. It is considered to be a malefic house, but with the two auspiciously placed benefic planets here, it is much more likely that you will receive an auspicious material blessing. Because what's not often talked about in astrology is that the 8th house is a house of finance, a house of money, a house of wealth. People don't often talk about that. They will talk about the 2nd house, and they'll talk about the 11th house, and they'll talk about the 5th house, and steer away from the 8th house, but it is one of the money houses. So with these beautiful houses of prosperity and abundance moving together in an exalted state, blessing is available. Blessing is available from other people. Now, it's also an energy in this house of mystical healers, shamans, Reiki practitioners, psychologists, astrologers, people who, do surgeries that transform others. You can actually get surgery on this day, as provided everything else in your chart is looking well for that. You could get an astrology reading, a psychology session, Reiki healing, and it would just be what the doctor ordered. Just be brilliant to help transform your life and help you re-emerge, help you rebirth yourself into something new, into a better state, like the snake shedding its skin or the caterpillar coming out of the cocoon. There's a rebirthing that's truly beautiful under this very, very auspicious energy. It's also a house of initiation. And so there could be some sort of beautiful, and I keep using the word beautiful, but that's what it is, very divinely held, divinely loved energy that flows to you guys now, you Leo people now, that is of the spiritual, mystical nature that takes you into some sort of initiation into greater consciousness, greater awareness, greater understanding. So what a gorgeous energy to work with for you guys. Virgo rising, sun or moon people. Well, the energy of the beautiful conjunction of Venus in exaltation in Pisces with Jupiter that only happens once every 12 years, where we're tremendously empowered on the 1st of May, is happening for you in the 7th house. This is the opposite sign from you, far away from you. This is your audience, this is your clients, this is your business partners, this is your marriage partner, it's everybody else in your life seen from here. And so what this might do for you is it might bring a sense of balance and fairness and justice into your relationships. If you've been feeling out of whack with a relationship, this is going to realign everything, reharmonize everything. So if you've got to talk to somebody, and if you've got to have some discussions with a partner, a business partner or a client or something, and you're a bit worried about it, set a schedule for it to be done on the 1st of May. And the universe has your back. It's going to go well. It's going to be able to be addressed appropriately. It's going to flow with ease. There's nothing to worry about. So great energy to use in that sense if you have some negotiations to undertake. But it's also a house of agreements and contracts, alliances, commitments, promises and vows. If you need to do anything of that nature, do it on this day, Virgo, because this energy will set things up most beautifully for you, for those contracts and agreements and vows to be held well over the coming 12 years until the next conjunction of these two in the sign of Pisces occurs. It is the energy in this house of how we perceive others, how we treat others, what we attract from other people. So this is a day when you're going to attract kindness, benevolence, gifts, maybe even sort of gracious acts from other people, opportunities that come to you from other people on this day. People who just open doors for you to step into a whole new life. What a gorgeous energy to look forward to and to enjoy. It's the energy of our first committed life partner in the 7th house, and because, especially for women, Virgo women, Venus is the planet of love, and Venus for Virgo people rules two very blessed houses in your chart. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but Venus is the planet of love coming together with Jupiter for a woman, the planet of spouse, in the 7th house of committed partnership. This is a key time if you've got other certain indicators being triggered in your chart as well. This is a key time when you could meet a first committed life partner. So very exciting. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, as I was saying, Venus is the ruler for a Virgo person of the 2nd house, which is a money house, and the 9th house of blessing. So it really is, for Virgo people, a hugely blessed combination to have Jupiter with Venus in Pisces like this. You stand to be materially blessed. It's a wealth like a wealth indicator. It's not a wealth yoga to have Venus here by transit, but it is certainly an indicator that auspicious wealth and blessing can come to you from other people because of this combination. I love it. Okay, Libra rising, sun or moon. Well, the energy of Venus, your ruling planet here, is getting jiggy with Jupiter in the 6th house. What does this mean for us? Well, it's a very auspicious combination happening on the 1st of May. It is the combination of the two benefics meeting together in Jupiter's sign, Pisces, its rulership, and in Venus's exaltation sign. So what does that mean? It means it's the once in 12-year opportunity for tremendous blessing by the two benefics. So having this come together in your 6th house can be very helpful. As a Libra moon, I'm really happy to see this because it's going to give us the power to overcome and sort out problems, to find solutions to our problems. And maybe those solutions are going to come from divine inspiration, Jupiter, divine wisdom, divine blessing. And look here, Neptune's not far away either. Neptune, when it's functioning at its highest level, can bring miracles into our life, miracles of healing. We have the ability with all of these beautiful planets connected here in the last degrees of Pisces to overcome adversity, to overcome disadvantage, to right imbalances in our finances or in our love relationships. We can set things to rights through some sort of miracle, through some sort of guidance from the divine, through some sort of flow that just comes into our life that we can receive without having to strive for it, work for it, bust a gut for it. So it's very blessed, supportive energy. The 6th house is the house of where we struggle and why we struggle. And so for those of us who are Libran people, having this here can alleviate struggle, no more struggle. And that would be lovely, wouldn't it? This is also a house of conflict. So for Libran people, having these beautiful planets of forgiveness and compassion coming together really speaks to ending animosity with enemies, with conflicting situations. Keep humble and gracious, and you will find that this is a beautiful energy for letting things go, just releasing and dissolving those arguments, those difficulties. If you've been in a court case, Libra, it can conclude under this energy in your favor, provided everything else in your chart is lining up auspiciously. So that's really good. It is an energy that has, the 6th house is an energy that has to do with the body. So watch what you eat. Look out for, this is not an energy for toxicity, but it is an energy. Venus rules sugary things, sweet foods, and Jupiter expands whatever it touches. So do be careful of, overindulging on the chocolate eclairs or eating too many, creme brulees or something like that. That could be detrimental to your health. Because while these are two benefics, auspicious, they are in the house of the body, and we just do have to be careful of overindulgence and overexpansion that could affect our health and well-being. So keep conscious of that. One creme brulee is probably plenty. That's what I have to try and limit myself to. So it's a beautiful placement, and it is an Upachaya house. So as this day goes on, you're going to feel this energy amplifying more and more and becoming more abundant in your life. So gorgeous. And it can really bless your workplace as well. You might have really good workplace relations. If you've got any negotiations or deals that you need to undertake in the workplace, any conversations with employees, do it under this energy. You will not regret it. Things will go smoothly and everybody will end up happy ever after. Scorpio rising, sun or moon people, the energy of the beautiful Jupiter-Venus conjunction in exalted state in Pisces. This only happens once every 12 years. It's very rare that we should have such an exalted coming together of the two benefic planets. This is occurring in your 5th house. 5th house for Scorpio people. So this is the house of good karma from past lives. This is very auspicious, Scorpio. You really have the chance to receive benefits, to receive blessing, lucky breaks, lucky opportunities that come your way, things that bring you joy, things that bring you excitement, things that bring you happiness come now with this placement. So lots of good things to look forward to here in the House of Karma. Now, this could mean that you have more fun, you experience more glamour, the chance to dress up, the chance to go out to a party and have a good time. You might discover new talents that just flow to you easily under this energy. You might be able to take a bit of a potluck gamble, buy a raffle ticket or something like that, and see it actually pay off for you with this combination. So, forewarned, forearmed, go head on down to the, I don't know, the horse races or whatever. I don't gamble, so whatever floats your boat with that in that regard. But yeah, it could be a lot of fun to participate in those sorts of games. Risky ventures, go to the local bingo game. You never know, you might just win under this beautiful auspicious energy that only happens once every 12 years. Your children can be very blessed because of this combination as well. So your relationship with your children, if you need to heal a relationship with a child, this is a beautiful energy to do that under, simply because Scorpio, Venus is a planet of forgiveness, and Jupiter expands what Venus represents now in the house of children. So reach out to your children, grown adult children or your young children, give lots of love, and maybe if you have the means to, indulge with your children. Bring up your daughter and say, hey, let's go and get a massage at the local day spa together. And so, mum and daughter head off down to the day spa and really connect over some pleasurable, indulgent experience that's a blessing to them both. That's the kind of thing that we might see with this energy. A dad might ring up, his son and say, I feel like we need to reconnect. Do you want to go out to a movie together? Pisces is movies. So go and have some sort of entertainment together and go out for coffee afterwards and have a chat and spend time, connect, and revitalize the relationship with children. So that's really how you can work with this energy. But just know, Pisces, this is Scorpio people, with Pisces as the 5th house. This is a very blessed configuration to have. It's a transiting energy. It's not going to last, so make the most of it and invest in your hobbies, invest in your joy, invest in a little luck creation, and invest in your children. You will not regret it. Sagittarius rising sun or moon people, we are seeing the energy of the beautiful Venus-Jupiter conjunction, which only occurs once every 12 years. This time it's happening on May the 1st in Pisces, where Venus is exalted and Jupiter is in rulership. This is very special, and it's happening in your 4th house. This is the foundation for life, the bottom of the horoscope, our core. So in this sense, for you beautiful Sagittarian people, there is an attraction with this energy of good things into your life, into your family life, your domestic life, your home, your family, that gives a satisfied essence. You will be able to alleviate perhaps anxiety, depression, sadness. Positive planets here can help your emotional balance. So in that sense, it's a beautiful energy to reset things for the coming 12 years so that you have more joy, so that you have more delight in your life, especially in your domestic environment. Use this gorgeous energy to make any changes that you need in your domestic environment with family so that you can set up for yourself a beautiful, blessed state of being for the coming 12 years. You can also create financial safety and security and stability now. Your 4th house is our security and stability, where we feel a strong core, like I said, strong foundation. And with the 2 planets of wealth coming together, wealth and money, auspiciously in this sign, it's very possible that you could receive something. It's a very receptive sign, a very receptive planet, Venus. Receive something that sets you up for safety and security and stability moving forward into the next 12 years before we have this conjunction occurring again in Pisces. So really auspicious for domestic life, for land, for property deals, for dealing with home and beautifying the home, for working on a garden. If you need to get out in the garden, this is a good time to plant some new plants. We've got the moon that's going to be waxing, so great time for getting out there and planting new plants and designing a new garden. It will go very well. It's also a great energy for if you have to do any property deals to purchase some land or to employ an interior designer or something like that, really beautiful energy to get good results for your home. If you need to have a conversation with a family member, your partner, your children, your mother, your father, this is a great energy to do it under. Maybe you've got a difficult conversation that you need to have. If you do it under this energy, Sagittarius, the results are going to be favorable. If it's a heavy duty convo, set it up for this time. Set it up to do it on May the 1st, because it will be well received. It will be, you'll be able to negotiate and mediate any differences, any problems very well, and come to a satisfactory conclusion for both parties. So use this energy. It is there to support you and help you at this time. You could even get lucky. It's a lucky combination. You could even get lucky with some sort of home or property. Capricorn rising, sun or moon people, well, this beautiful auspicious energy that is Jupiter Venus conjunction that only occurs once every 12 years. This time it's happening on May the 1st. It's not going to happen for another 12 years in the exalted condition that they are both in Pisces. This is happening in your 3rd house. And this is a house that's very restless. But this is, so if you're feeling restless under this energy, it's not going to be uncomfortable restlessness. It's going to be like, I feel like going for a drive, or I feel like doing some travel, and maybe you can't leave the country that you're in. If you live in Australia, you'll know what that's all about. So if you can't leave the country that you're in, maybe you could do some virtual travel. Pisces in the house of virtual reality. Well, virtual reality. Pisces is a sign connected to virtual reality, things not being quite real. And this is a house of gadgets and internet and what have you. So you might get a buzz, a joy, a delight out of, doing a tour of the Louvre online or something like that. Anyway, I've kind of diverged, but you might be feeling restless is my point. So indulge that restlessness with some kind of travel, some sort of localized trip, some sort of beautiful sojourn, beautiful outing. Go for a trip to a botanical gardens, or a beautiful cafe where you're going to eat fine, lovely food. Venus is those beautiful, luxurious, pleasant experiences that make life worth the living. Enjoy that energy that it will bring you. What else can happen? Well, we might get some sort of lucky break or some blessing from a relative, a neighbor, or a sibling, who are all ruled by the 3rd house energy, and usually a female relative, neighbor or sibling under this energy as well. Somebody could be a source of blessing to you. It's really good if you have a small business, this combination. If you run a small business or have a side hustle, you could get very lucky. You could suddenly have an influx of clients, or you win free advertising or something like that, or there is some sort of blessing that comes to your business on this day. It's a good day to do some advertising, to maybe launch a social media campaign. You could even launch a website under this energy, because it's a very, very blessed configuration to carry forward for you, and it's going to set up blessing for you in the coming 12 years of this cycle. So pertaining to these things, why not launch a website under this energy? Because it's going to mean that the next 12 years is going to be, for you with your website, it's going to be under this benefic combination of Venus, planet of prosperity, and Jupiter, planet of abundance. Fantastic. So enjoy. Aquarius rising, sun or moon people, thank you for waiting till last, my lovely Aquarian friends. This energy is going to, of the Venus-Jupiter conjunction that only happens once every 12 years, and it's happening on the 1st of May, is occurring in your 2nd house. Now, when I said it only happens every 12 years, it only happens every 12 years in the sign of Pisces, where both planets are extremely auspicious. So it's a very blessed combination. And in the 2nd house, for you guys, for you Aquarians, it could bring you a great deal of blessing and luck and prosperity into the house of material acquisitions, the things that we need that support our body's journey. Food, clothing, shelter, material goods, anything valuable. So somebody might gift you a very like a famous art collection or something, you were left it, you might inherit it, or somebody might give it to you as a gift. For example, Venus is art, with Jupiter expanding the blessing of this combination in Pisces. Art. Pisces is creativity and art as well, just like Venus. One of the reasons Venus is exalted in Pisces. So, you might receive something of value. You might receive some gifts, things that bless your material experience. Venus is flowers. You might receive a gift of flowers on this day, or sweet foods, chocolates. Somebody might send you chocolates under this energy. You might be able to enjoy some sort of decadence. You might go out to high tea or something like that and enjoy, fine ribbon sandwiches and cute little cakes and so on, because Venus rules those sorts of pleasures as well. And so the opportunities for more of those luxuries and indulgences of the tactile sensory variety are going to be made more available to you. So if you get invited to a high tea on the 1st of May, my goodness, say yes under this energy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be joyful. Jupiter is joy. It's going to bring you more joy. It's going to bring you more happiness. You might enjoy shopping under this influence. Do be careful though. I will just say that the combination of these two, even though they're so auspicious, it still can lead to overindulgence. And so you don't want to get home and you've got a bazillion bags of shopping and you're like, oh, my bank account's empty. What have I done? You don't want to be in that situation. So, you might need to rein things in just a little bit, but you'll really enjoy going shopping. That could be online. Do a Shein haul. It could be that. It could be going down to the shops and just enjoying the actual physical experience of shopping. Just watch how much money you choose to spend and don't go overboard, I guess. You might find this is the house of the teeth, the house of the voice, the house of the hair. You might be having a great hair day on this day due to this blessed energy. You might, maybe you've had trouble with your teeth. You might get a solution to some teeth problem that manifests for you on this day. You might be using your voice that brings you blessing on this day. Maybe you're invited to do a podcast or something like that, and through your voice, you are sharing things with the world that leads to a state of blessing. Maybe you're then asked on another podcast and another one and another one and so on and so on. So lots of blessing available to my beautiful Aquarian friends with this energy manifesting for you in the second house. Well, thank you, my lovely friends. That's our whiz around the horoscope for this week. Do check out my video all about the eclipse, the one that occurred last week. Check out that video and keep your eyes peeled for the one coming up for the next eclipse. It's lovely to be with you in this mid-eclipse week, and I look forward to joining you again next time.